All right, our riders coming up to the rail for the Merrymore Mile. As they're coming up, we want to give everybody coming out here tonight a very warm welcome. We are celebrating our 50th anniversary here. We are hoping it is going to be a great season of racing. We got some big events. Junior Nats is coming back. We've got our Grand Prix, also Junior Takeover, and we're gonna have a 50th celebration in August later. All right, our riders are off. This race is from the rail. They are trying to go as fast as they can for 4 laps. Our record was broken last year. Haldy out front, leading the charge. Our field behind, getting up to speed. Our field all strung out, trying to work together. Maddie Hers on the front in one of those newfangled Aero helmets. Alex Siegel for Waterline Racing, driving the pace. It looks like coming over the outside, we've got Colin Gibson. Merrick Gallagher starting to close. The few moves on the outside coming through turn 3 here.
I believe that's like Andy Baker coming around the outside.
And Andy, woo, I think holding on by a rim to take that. Our Merrymore mile time for that race, 1:57:48. And as our riders are exiting on the back straight, we've got our Cat 4 men coming to the rail. Cat 4 men coming to the rail for the scratch race. Our Cat 4 men coming out for their 10-lap scratch race. Out for their neutral lap. All right, our Cat 4 men about to begin their race. So 10-lap scratch race. This is just a race to the line. No intermediate sprints. Just one sprint after 10 laps of racing going on here. And as folks are continuing to trickle in, don't forget, if you have a kiddo, we have our Kitty Kilo tonight, so don't forget to stop by the red and blue tent. Register for the Kitty Kilo. You get a nice cloth number to use for the rest of the season. And we have a Kitty Kilo going on every week this summer. Logan Lee on the front, seeing 8 laps to go in those Jerry Baker Jr. colors. Got to move over the top going into turn 3. Russell Wyatt leading the front with a little breakaway trio of 3. Isaiah West of Liquid Velo pulling through. Our field making their way back together. Our field coming through 3 wide, but it looks like Fisher Kieran taking his chance, seeing 6 laps to go. So Fisher getting a nice little lead. Looks like Russell Wyatt making his way up. So Russell starting to distance Fisher a little bit. Isaiah West trying to make his way up. Our trio off the front here trying to come together. Russell just pounding the pedals. I don't think he's looked back once since he's made his pass. Fisher and Isaiah together just dangling off the back of Russell's wheel. And then Raymond Chang right now in the middle, just trying to bridge up, and then the rest of the field behind. Seen 3 laps to go. Russell still just in that arrow position. Isaiah able to find a bit of extra energy, almost up to Russell there. And Isaiah makes contact. Pulls through, doing a little bit of work here, seeing 2 laps to go. Isaiah pulling up. So it looks like it's going to come down between Russell and Isaiah. Currently in turn 4. And here we go, getting the bell. Both riders pulling up a little bit at the blue. Isaiah taking his chance. Getting a little bit of a jump on Russell. But coming out of turn 2, Russell just sitting about a half a bike length left. Isaiah still down in the lane in that fastest line, but Russell starting to come around. Russell able to take that bit of extra energy and the win. And then Fisher, who's been dangling out here, hanging on for that 3rd place finish. And the rest of our field coming through in a sprint finish. So now our Cat 4s will be exiting on the back straight. And up next we have our open women coming to the rail for their scratch race. All right, our open women going out for their neutral lap before their 12-lap scratch race. As our field going around on their neutral lap. If you are just joining us this evening, definitely stop by our food trucks. We've got Yummy Box, Taco Cortez, and Minnie the Donut. If you are of age, aka 21 and older, definitely check out our beer garden serving Locust Cider and Postdoc Brewing. And our field all together starting their race. 12 laps to go. Alexi Snover of Fount Cycling Guild, seeing 11 laps to go as they rolled through. Right now our field all together, taking their turns. Charlotte Westover on that orange Dixie Flyer, just pulling off, one of our Jerry Baker Juniors. Ten laps to go as Kelly Darlene in that Rice University kit pulling off. If, as you're watching, you're wondering just how do you go so fast without brakes and with only one gear, we've got classes throughout the summer. Go check out velodrome.org/classes, and we have both adult classes and kids classes and camps. So if you also have a little that might be interested, we have options for them as well beyond just the kiddie kilo. Looks like things are speeding up a little bit as we hit the back straight there. Rue Tomko coming through, 8 to go. Seven laps to go. A little bit of a shuffle going on in the field. Charlotte Westover on the front, driving the pace. Our field coming around out of turn 4, seeing 5 laps to go. Sarah Lynch pulling off. Starting to get into the business end of this race. The last 4 laps coming up. So far, our field has worked pretty smoothly together. Sharing the work, taking their pulls. Another shuffle in our field as our field starts to go 3 wide in the turns. Charlotte Westover back on the front, but here comes a move from Alexi Snover. Quickly getting some distance between herself and the rest of the field. Alexi still on the front. Has almost a straightaway between herself and the rest of the field. The rest of the field splintering behind, trying to make their way back up to Alexi as she comes around, seeing one lap to go, one to go. Kelly and Rue still on the chase, trying to close this down. I don't think Alexi will be denied though. Alexi coming out of turn 4 here. Going to take this scratch race, but second and third decided by Rue Tomko there, followed by Kelly. Riders finishing strong. And a couple more folks finishing up here on this very fast race. Well done. All right. And now our Cat 3 men, open Cat 3s I should say, to the rail. You may notice that Alexi, our winner of our last race, is racing again. All right, our open Cat 3s rolling from the rail here for their neutral lap before their 12-lap scratch race. Our fields do these neutral laps to make sure that everyone gets a fair start at each race. You might have noticed during our Merrymore crawl when it started from the rail, if someone was really far behind, they had a long way to go to make up some ground. Here, everybody more or less starts together. And as our race starts, that looks like Sean McGraw from ACT Racing. Our field coming around, seeing 10 laps to go, riding 3 wide. No one quite wanting to take the reins right now. And of course, the moment that's said, Ryan Havel turns up the speed. Creating a little bit of a split in our field here, but we'll see if this front group really works together. 9 laps to go. After this race, we've got one more scratch race for our 1-2 men, followed by our Merrymore crawl, and then our favorite race of the night, the Kitty Kilo. Eight laps to go. Serge Malikian of Shogun Seattle Racing. Our field just saw 7 laps to go. Our field is still all together, but here goes another ACT rider. Seeing 6 laps to go. That is David Takahashi. And Alexi Snover, our winner of our last race, bridging up. And a few of our riders out of the field know that this is a dangerous move, so they want to get up there too. So David coming around, seeing 5 laps to go. Serge Malikian coming over, taking over on the front. This group of 6 forming off the front of this field. There's a group of 4 in the middle trying to bridge their way up. The rest of the field left chasing. Coming out of turn 4, I think this is Conrad Meyer. Seeing 4 laps to go. Our group of 6 off the front there starting to fall apart a little bit, allowing this chasing 4 back in. Conrad still out front, just churning. Getting close to a group of 5 here. And our riders all riding high. Starting to slow down. This has allowed this group of now 7 off the front here. And as they ride up track, they're just letting more folks make their way back up to them. Right at the business end of this race, coming through, seeing 2 laps to go. Serge making his move out of turn 4 there, stringing out the group behind, putting some distance between himself and the rest of the field. Bell lap, Serge still off the front. Looks like Conrad Meyer trying to close it. David, that's not David Takahashi, but an ACT rider closing the ground between him and Serge.
That's Ryan
Coming
Havel.
around Serge out of turn 4, Ryan Havel with a monster move to take first place in that scratch race. The rest of the field coming through.
All right, with the 1-2s to the rail, this is also the official first call for staging for the Kitty Kilo. So staging for the Kitty Kilo, this is first call. There's this race, then the Merrymore crawl, then all 150 of you. There's a lot. There's multiple heats, don't worry. But Kitty Kilo staging behind the beer garden, not in it. Behind the beer garden, find your age post and get staging. So stage behind the beer garden.
All right. Our 1-2 men rolling out for their neutral lap before their scratch race. 15 laps for this group. And as you heard, after this will be our Merrymore crawl, then our Kitty Kilo riders. If you can stage at your age group areas, those are behind the beer garden. You'll see a post that says your age group. All right, and with that whistle, we are racing. Merrick Gallagher on the front, getting into that TT position.
Once again, Kitty Kilo riders behind the beer garden. There are posts with ages. Find your age. Stand in your group. This is staging. First call.
Coming through, seeing 13 laps to go. Andrew Martin in that 10-speed hero kit. Our field rolling right along. Scott Grinsell from Dyna Racing taking their turn. 10 laps to go. Max Haggard pulling off the front. And our field, the pace, you can see it starting to take its toll a little bit. Little fractures here and there. Nine laps to go. Ben Ploum in that fell swoop kit. Summer Newlands seeing 18 laps to go on the cards. Looks like some of our riders kind of marking each other. Max Haggard taking his opportunity on the front. Seeing 7 laps to go. Quinn Kennedy after putting in a turn of speed, pulling up. Andy Lynch pulling through. And Andy and Quinn getting a little bit of distance here from the rest of the field. Andy and Quinn off the front here as they're coming through turn 4. The field behind taking short turns, trying to put in some speed to bring these folks back. 5 laps to go. Scott Grinsell on the front, closing the distance a bit. Quinn and Andy still just dangling off the front. Merrick Gallagher making his move right now to bridge up. And the rest of our field responding to that. So as Merrick is about to make contact on the back straight, the rest of our field all coming with him. So our field all back together. 3 laps to go, 3 laps to go. Colin Gibson taking his opportunity. Flying out of the field there. Andy Baker wanting to jump on that wheel. It looks like Colin, Andy, Andrew, Merrick, and Summer all off the front together here. So this group of 5, Chris Wilson, Nolan Adams trying to bridge up. Harrison Devine kind of stuck there in the middle. Looks like Tyson Danielson.
Looks like we got a flat.
Looks like
Tyson's
we've got a flat.
Go. Avoid Tyson, everybody.
Watch out for
He's got a
Tyson.
flat.
104 about to hit the turn. 104 about to hit the turn.
All right, nice work, Tyson.
Well
you
done,
made
well
it.
done.
Slide it out. Woo.
All right.
All right, look at this finish, though.
Here we go, coming out of turn 4. We've got a 5-up finish. Andy Baker on the front, but Merrick Gallagher coming around. Woo! That was very close. Too close for my eyes to call. But that was
Photo
a very
finish.
tight finish. We will have to go to the photo.
Can we give a round of applause to Tyson on the back straight for holding
Yes,
that up,
if we can get a round of applause
avoiding
for Tyson.
everyone? That was a solid move.
He was definitely drifting in the turn there for a bit.
Skidding. All
So-
right, and we are now looking for the
Well
Merrymore
done.
crawl. So 1-2s, if you need to do an extra lap to get to the rail, do that. But Merrymore crawl, let's get you all up to the rail. Merrymore crawl to the rail. Ooh, we have a fancy jersey coming up as well. That looks like a national championship Merrymore crawl jersey getting busted out. Yes, by JC Pyle.
So yes, this is the world famous Merrymore crawl. If you are wanting to participate, roll to corner 4.
Looks like we got a couple more. They're still very much out of breath. That's fine. You got a few minutes of track standing to catch your breath. Anyone else? I see Maddie, I think, rolling around. Once again, Kitty Kilo 2 staging. All right, we are rolling. For our new people in the stands, it is customary that we hand out cash. I think there's donuts up there. So if you have a few dollars, there's some juniors especially looking for cash. I think there's cookies and donuts up here. This is a 3 to 4 minute track stand. So they're gonna be moving really slow, where they cannot cross the finish line. And then we roll a bell and it's 1 to go. So you can literally get right up there, talk to people. I'm gonna go bother Keegan again because he's in his shiny skin suit here. Keegan, how was that 1-2 scratch race?
Very fast.
Where is your national champion crawl jersey?
Don't know.
Oh yeah, you actually lost it. Okay, we're gonna go up to JC. He has his. We're gonna go say hi to JC. JC, are you gonna go no hands as well?
I did earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'm out of breath.
Out of breath. Oh, here we go. JC's going no hands. Let's give him a round of applause. Woo! Oh, that was weak. Oh, all the kids are all hiding. He's doing the Macarena for us. JC, how are you doing today?
Out of breath, fat, out of shape.
That's okay. The Kieran's later. That's all you need to worry about. That is good. Okay. I'm going to get out of the way so I don't get run over. Are you good, Sarah? No. Sarah said no, not good. Oh, Harrison's also doing a no-hand track stand back here. Whew. Maddie, how you doing back here?
Oh man, that scratch race was fast.
You're going slow now, so you're good, right?
But you're gonna ring the bell and then I'm gonna have to go again.
It's true. There is a $10 just cash to win this race, just straight up. There's also chips at the finish. I'm unsure. And cookies? Oh, Oreos. That's better than a cookie. They probably have a couple minutes. Hen is way back here in the back, just chilling. It's a bowl. Oh, we just grabbed the whole bag of chips. That is one way to do it. Okay, I'm now getting off the track. My spidey senses are telling me it might be close. Emily, I'll give it back to you. You got the bird's eye view up there.
Oh yeah, we're getting up here. We've got some people begging for the bell to ring. I just saw a no-hand consumption of an Oreo, so that was also impressive. but also now a mouthful of Oreo right before the bell is going to go. But it looks like we've got some fast folks here. Woo, flirting with the line. Whoa!
Ooh,
So
that was
close.
rough.
So close.
Sorry, Andrew.
Summer able to make it out of that start there. And so Summer out in front. Quinn, though, trying to close it.
Ooh, JC's coming. I don't know.
Trying
if he's
to
got the
finish
speed.
strong. But, oh, I think Summer took it by a tire. But that was also very close finish. Well fought by Quinn. It looks like we've got Henrietta coming through. And now on to everyone's favorite race. Our Kitty Kilo. So our first group of kiddos making their way to our Kitty Kilo start line.
All right. Looks like this is the big kid group. I have my wall of Jerry Baker Juniors, trying to keep them off the track. Okay, first group. This looks so exciting. Kitty Kilo back again. First group, are you ready? Oh, they know us up. Here we go. One fast lap, and then you're going to exit into the grass. Ready, set, go! Stay down.
All right, here they go. And again, we have this event every week this summer. So if you're watching this and you think you know of a kiddo that might enjoy taking part, let them know. They get those cool cloth numbers.
Cost numbers are like cooler than ours, by the way. They're like Space Invaders. I'm so jealous. They are so cool.
Yep.
Who's this speedster coming out on the front, Emily?
This definitely looks like the coach's kid. Arm, elbows out too. We are not messing around. Well done, nice and upright, into the grass, into the grass.
All right, into the
Nice
grass and
work.
just hang out in the grass.
Nice work.
Kind of form a little group way back there in the grass.
Yep.
Nice work. We got some spinning.
Well done. Well done.
All right, we got our next group coming.
Here we go.
I got some full face helmets here. Woo. All right, let's get everyone up here. Make sure you can stop. All right, let's stop you right there. All right, group 2 is also doing one whole lap. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Hold on, I gotta tell you to go. They're ready to go already. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Oh my gosh, look at them go.
Away they go.
All right, stay down low, stay down low.
Low on the track. We've got our funnel of juniors to help keep them low on the track there.
Oh, they're just going straight back on though.
Eh.
Okay, I wasn't joking. I've seen number 101 and 99. I think we have over 100 kids here. It's pretty darn impressive.
Yep, last season we averaged over 100 kids per night, which is fantastic. We love seeing all these kids out. Again, as they get older, we've got camps. We've got our Jerry Baker Juniors program.
I'll say almost all of those kids in that first group are probably big enough and old enough to take the camp. So something to think about.
Yes, definitely check out our website, velodrome.org/classes. We truly have something for everyone.
All right, we got a few more. We have a trooper still in corner 3-4.
All right, nice job as you are exiting into the grass. Okay. There you go, hamming it up for the crowd by the beer garden. That is the pro way to do it. All right, our next group rolling in. All right, nice job. And for our kiddos who have already completed their Kitty Kilo lap, I know it's really fun to ride around, but if we can hang out
Stay in the
in
grass.
the grass area.
Stay in the grass for us. No sneaking extra laps.
Yep.
Ooh, this is a big group. All right, get here.
There we go.
Next group here. This looks pretty fast. This group, are you ready? Ooh, they were. Ready, set, go! Oh, with a push start. James, watch out. You're in the way. Ooh.
A chariot start for one of our riders here.
All right. Stay down there. I haven't seen any parents running yet. Who's going to do the first parent lap? This is a 400-meter track. It's like your high school running track. It's a long lap.
Yes, if you can remember the mile from gym class, one lap was a quarter of a mile. So that's a long way for some of these little legs. I love seeing all the different kinds of bikes that come out for these events. All the helmets, we got a flower helmet. We've got basket bikes. Nice straight lines as we're going through the finish. Exiting into the grass. Exiting into the grass. Nice job.
I think we had our first warm-up circle, like, cut through this year. Solid. A little shortcut action. All right, we got 3 more here. Then we have 1 more pedal bike group, and then I think our massive push bike. All right. Once again, try to stay down there in the grass. Don't wander away too much. All right, next group, come down here.
All right, here we go. Our next All right. Our last pedal bike group.
Apparently there's one more. There's
Oh,
just
sorry.
so many.
One more pedal bike group. Sorry,
my
I spoke too
goodness.
soon.
Okay, this group. These look fast too. Here in the front row, are you ready? I think they're confused. How about people in the stands? Are you ready for this group? There we go. Here we go. Ready, set, go. One lap. Go, 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 go.
All right, here we go. Remember, yep, once you've done your one lap, stay on the grass.
I'm just going to say it. This is so many kids. This is kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
This is a long lap for these, I'm guessing, like 4-year-olds.
Yep.
3, 4-year-olds.
And this is where we really start to see the parent lap going. The jog along. Oh, looks like we've got a 2-up sprint coming out of turn 4. Straight lines, great job. Woo! Looking great. Yeah. Nice, into the grass, nice work. Another bunch sprint coming through on the home stretch here. Yeah. Onto the grass. Yep, keep pedaling. Nice job. These kiddos really spinning it out. Look at that. I see a unicorn finishing here on the home straight. Nice job. Yep, keep on pedaling. Nice straight lines. Nice, back up on his feet there.
Reminder to kids and parents, stay in the grass. We got one more pedal group. And then our push bike derby. There's
Nice
just so
work.
many kids. There we go. Nice job.
All right, now it is our last group of pedal bikes. And then we will have our push bike derby. But yes, so if you have completed your lap, if you can hang out in the grass area there.
All right, this group. How about you? Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Last pedal bike group. Ready, set, go!
All right. Here we go. Looks like a nice clean start here. Yes, remember, stay on that black pavement. All right, our group here, last pedal bike group of the evening. Up next will be our push bike derby. Track standing in front of the beer garden. We've got a drag race start here. One ride. Oh, going a little high on track there. Yeah. Finish in the grass, bud. Finish in the grass. Finish in the grass, buddy. In the grass. I know, there were people in the lane. Had to go around. Yep, into the grass for our little ones there. Yep, keep pedaling. Nice job. All the way into the grass. All the way into the grass. Nice. Well done. Nice job. Nice job. Nice straight lines as you're finishing up. All right. Here is our final group of the evening. Our push bikers. The littlest of littles, they will just be doing a race down the start-finish stretch here. Here we go, our kiddos, the littlest of littles.
I think we got a couple more coming out. It's a big drop there.
Yep.
All right, so once again, this group is just going to the finish line, and then it's going to be a mass exodus of 150 kids. Woo! All right, hold on. We are so excited to go. Okay, so for this last group, can I have these stands? Stands, are you ready for the push bike derby? Thank you. All right, line, be careful. We're going to get run over. Here we go. Ready, set, go!
All right, here they go. Our fearless juniors ready to catch. Yeah, nice work. Woo! Rubbing his racing down here. Into the grass for our littles. Into the grass. Nice work. Nice work, parents. Well done. Nice job all.
All right, we got a couple more. Finishing, like I said, our
Finishing up
goal
here.
is to get here in just a second to get everybody out
Yep.
safely.
All right. One last finisher to cross the line here.
Woo!
Nice work.
That's a
Yes.
long straightaway. All right. We're going to ask everyone to make their way back out the gate. This is our huge bottleneck here. Everyone gets a sticker, though, that finish. So you all get a sticker.
Yes.
Yay. Oh, look at this one. Keirins is
There
just
you
running
go.
out of here.
Follow
It is a race
this
to
one
get
that's
out.
running to the gate.
I said there's stickers. Further out, look for our volunteers for stickers.
Parents,
Careful.
grab your kiddos. We see a few of them escaping into the grass there. You need to make your way out
And
to the
keep
gate.
on moving. Keep on going.
Yep. Keep on moving to the back as you exit.
There are stickers for everybody. We hope to see you back next week. Hopefully it's just as lovely. Want to head on out there. And if you notice, the numbers actually have every single date listed on them. So you know when to come back.
All right.
There we go. Kitty Kilo, you worked super hard. Go get your donuts now.
right. Our Cat 4 men out for a points race. They'll be doing a 4x3 points race. So that means there will be 4 sprints every 3 laps. The first 3 worth 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the first 4 riders across the line. Final sprint is worth double. Eleven laps to go. Our first bell will be coming up. So right now our riders happy to let things be a little bit slow, riding 3 wide across the track there. Russell Wyatt off the front again. Our speedster from our scratch race. Fisher Curran, ooh, sneaking in there, looked like. After that first sprint, 3 of our points takers are now off the front together. Current point standings: Fisher Curran with 5, Russell Wyatt with 3, Isaiah West with 2, Tony Miller with 1. Coming into our next points lap, right now, Fisher leading things out into turn 3. Russell coming around the outside. Isaiah, though, charging. After that second sprint, Isaiah and Russell now off the front together. Fisher trying to make his way back up. Current point standings, Russell Wyatt with 8, Fisher Curran with 7, Isaiah West with 5, and Jack Donahue and Tony Miller tied with 1 apiece. So right now, Russell and Isaiah coming through turn 4. Getting that next bell, Fisher Curran right now all by himself. Followed by Jack Donahue. So Isaiah and Russell on the back straight there. These two will duke it out for the top points. Isaiah out of the saddle for a second, but Russell taking advantage of that slipstream to come around, picking up those top points. Fisher Curran rolling on through. So as they come through the start finish here, 2 laps to go for Isaiah and Russell. Current point standings, Russell Wyatt with 13, Fisher Curran with 9, Isaiah West with 8, and Jack Donahue with 2, and Tony Miller with 1. And this last sprint, as they come around to get the bell, this is worth double on the line. Fisher coming out of turn 4, wanting to take those last double points. Jack falling right behind. Francisco able to break out of the field here. And our 2 fast finishers coming through. Isaiah taking the 10. Russell picking up the 6. Holding on for a 1-point lead, I think, in the final. And Fisher Curran able to hold on after all that time solo. And our field behind, sprinting for those finish placings. All right, so with that, we will be bringing up our open women to the rail. All right, our open women's field out for their neutral lap before their 5x3 points race. So again, same format that we just saw. We'll see intermediate sprints every 3 laps with a final sprint. Intermediate sprints are worth 5, 3, 2, and 1. Final sprint being worth double and acting as the tiebreaker on the line. And with that whistle, we are racing. As you saw in the previous race, after the first couple of intermediate sprints, this race can kind of break apart. There's not a lot of time to recover in between those sprints. So it looks like we're seeing similar tactics where our field happy to take it slow for this first few laps because they know it's gonna get fast in a minute. 14 laps to go. Next time around, we'll hear that bell for our first intermediate sprint. Looks like our field starting to shuffle around a bit. Some folks not wanting to be on the front as we get our first bell. Points next time around. And with that, Rue Tomko, the early move forward. Alexi Snover, though, closing things down. Hillary Luther in that pink and white of Valkyrie Racing. But Rue Tomko able to roll through for top points. So we've got 4 riders now off the front together. These 4 riders are the front of our race, actually. So Rue, Alexi, Hillary, and Charlotte there. Our field coming around for that next bell lap. These 7 riders fighting for those next set of points. The groups behind starting to coalesce together, trying to close things back down. Alexi Snover making her move on the back straight. Gets a handful of bike lengths. The field trying to respond. But Alexi will come through to take those top points. And Alexi Snover electing to just stay off the front as she goes. Currently, Rue and Alexi are tied with 8 apiece. Hillary with 3, Kelly Darlene with 2, and Meg Mautner with 1. So Alexi coming out of turn 4, getting the next bell. The group behind kind of looking at each other, just letting Alexi roll. So Alexi coming out of turn 4 here with not quite half a lap. So Alexi there on the back straight. Our current points leader with 13. So Alexi getting that next bell. All right, so Alexi coming out of turn 4 here, about to scoop up top points. The next group on the track that is sprinting for points is currently entering turn 3. Rue Tomko coming out of that group, wanting to scoop up more points here. Eric Freitas, if you can meet Bell with a broom to go handle that in turn 3, please. All right, well done. Alexi Snover putting on a show, taking all those final laps. All right, so with that, our riders will be exiting on the back straight. Our Cat 3 men will be coming to the rail. We're gonna be taking care of some dirt that ended up on the track between 3 and 4. Also, that is just an opportunity for our reminder that be sure to keep hold of your kids, your pets, your arms, your legs. We don't want anyone to get injured, whether it is yourselves or our racers. And so keeping our track free and clear of dirt and dust is very important for the safety of our riders and yourselves. So just keep an eye on your surroundings and make sure that nothing is hanging out on the track that shouldn't be. We're just taking a little pause here while we clean off the track there. As we're paused here, if you haven't had your dinner yet, our food trucks are still here, still kicking. We've got Yummy Box, Tacos Cortez, and Minnie the Donut. So you can get your dinner, you can have your dessert. After racing, don't forget, we also have our beer garden open for a beverage, pouring Locust Cider and Postdoc Brewing. Also, if you are a Mug Club member for 2025, you likely have a mug in the beer garden waiting for you. So do make sure, if you are here tonight racing, to go and pick those up. All right, looks like we are all good with the track cleared, so we will get things underway again. All right, so again, this is our open Cat 3s. Out for their neutral lap before their 5x3 points race. We have this race, we'll have our 1-2 men's field after this for their points race, and then we will get into our speedy races of the night, our JB Keirins. Whew. And unlike our previous two races, we can see two riders wanting to get out and ahead of the field, even though the bell isn't going to ring for another lap. That's Conrad Meyer and David Takahashi rolling together on the back straight there. The rest of the field working to respond. So Conrad leading things out here in the bell. As they hit turn 4, David on the front. Looks like they'll work together to try to keep this rolling. And it looks like our field is a little strung out. It's a group of 5 coming together here. So David Takahashi with 5, Conrad Meyer with 3, Stan Douglas with 2, and Serge Malikian with 1. Ten laps to go. Our next intermediate sprint coming up. Serge Malikian pulling off. Coming out of turn 4, Alexi Snover putting on the show. David Takahashi with 7, Alexi Snover with 5, Kevin Ulrich and Conrad Meyer tied with 3 apiece, and Stan Douglas and Serge Malikian with 2 apiece. Next intermediate sprint coming up. Conrad Meyer on the front again with about a bike length. But that looks like Ryan Havel taking the opportunity to swing over. Four laps to go. Next intermediate sprint coming right up. And it's David Takahashi off the front, currently sitting with 8 points. Serge Malikian closing things down, trying to come around over the top. As our group coming around into their final lap right here. Remember, points worth double and acting as the tiebreaker. David Takahashi, currently our points leader with 11. Serge Malikian able to get closer with 9, followed by Alexi Snover with 7. And Serge coming out of the field here. But it looks like Ryan Havel trying to scoop that 10. Ooh. And then a bike throw for those second and third place points. All right, after that sprint, we do have a warning for rider 399 for leaving the lane during the sprint. We have a warning for rider 399 for leaving the lane. And with that, we'll bring up our 1-2 men for their points race. All right, our 1-2 men out for their neutral lap. They'll start, if they're all together, out of turn 4.
All right, and up next, though, just kidding. Hello. Ooh. Is our Keirins. So Cap 4 riders, there's 2 heats of your Keirins. You don't have to change gears, super easy. So Cap 4s, all riders, bring yourself, your bike, your helmet, be ready to ride. You're gonna line you up in order over by the entrance to the warm-up circle. So all Cap 4 riders, there's 2 heats of you. You're gonna line up over here to the entrance to the warm-up circle, and they're gonna put you in order.
Our field coming around, seeing 17 laps to go. Similarly to our Cat 3 men, our 1-2s not wasting any time, getting things rolling. You can see our field all strung out behind. Getting the bell for our first intermediate sprint. Summer Newland taken to the front. And as they hit turn 3, a swarm of folks making their way over the top. Looks like Tyson Danielson, eyes on getting those first 5. After those first points, Tyson with 5, Ben Vlaum with 3, Andrew Martin with 2, Andrew Lynch with 1. And our field still happy to keep on the gas, keeping this strung out. No one wanting to let anyone else catch a break. So they'll come around again here. Chris Wilson on the front again as the bell rings, shaking his head, wondering, how did I get here? How did I get myself into that position twice in a row? This time, Colin Gibson rolling through. Quinn Kennedy right there as well. Looks like Max Haggard coming around the outside. 3 up as they come for those first, 4 up as they come for those first 5 points. Very close. We will be going to the camera to make sure we get that call right. I think with the bike throw, Max picked up his first 5 of the night though. My call being unofficial. And still our field rolling it. Our riders coming out of turn 4, 3 up. Summer Newland trying to hang on with Andrew Martin. And after that, Merrick Gallagher just putting his head down. Coming around to see 7 laps to go. A new set of riders coming to the fore. Scott Grinsel in the pink and black of Dyna Racing. Andy Baker in his homage to his national championship kit for Liquid Velo. And Andy catching up to Scott here, rolling to pick up those top points for his first of the night. Merrick Gallagher, though, still on the gas. So Andy Baker, Scott Grinsel still rolling it as they see 5 laps to go. Chris Wilson, Merrick Gallagher hot on the wheels. Keegan Fairbanks, one of our Jerry Baker Jr. riders in the Stars and Stripes kit there, trying to bridge his way up to this group of 4. So this group of 4 right here, going into turn 2, fighting for all the points as they see 4 laps to go. Merrick Gallagher out of the saddle, trying to stay on the front, but Andy Baker coming around. Chris Wilson also picking up points here in this front group. Two laps to go. This group of 4 crossing our finish line here. All the points potentially up the track there. This last sprint worth double and acts as the tiebreaker. Our field, a number of folks with points back there, starting to splinter as they're trying to make their way up to this group of 4 that's in turn 3. Our group of 4 also riding high, slowing it down. Chris Wilson taking his destiny into his own hands. Says, I don't want to get caught by the rest of this field. I don't want a huge bunch sprint. I would like to try to make this happen all by myself. Andy Baker coming around. Merrick Gallagher right on his wheel. Andy coming out of turn 4 here. Merrick trying to slip around the outside. Just gets it with half a bike length to pick up those final 10. All right, so our field exiting onto the back straight there. We'll be getting our JB Keirins starting to roll. So for our Cat 1-2 men that are in the warm-up circle, our Keirins will be starting to roll.
We're gonna let it slow down a hair. So we have our Cat 4 men, stage, women. We are next. So the woman categories, our 2 heats are gonna be next. We're going to stage, because our goal is continuous Keirins once we start. So if you need to cross, now is the time. Keirins will be continuous. We are not stopping in between Kieran heats. For these Cat 4s, top 3 are going to go to the major final. Everybody else goes to the minor final. For the women, it's top 3 to the major, 4, 5, 6 to the minor. So one person mixes out. I'm sorry. I think Cat 3s is top 2 to the major, 3rd, 4th to the minor. When it's safe, Scott, you roll out. And then our 1-2s. It's top 3 make it to the semifinals. Can't believe I remembered all that.
Yes, and if you, like she said, if you need to cross, this is the time. It will be constant Keirins for the remainder of the night, so you will be stuck on whichever side you are on.
For our 1-2s, because we have heats, semifinals, and then finals, we will give you your 10 minutes between semifinal and final. We will slot in some podiums then for everybody else, but it'll be a quick turnaround, just FYI. Women, let's get our Kieran heat staged.
All right, so our first Kieran heat of the night out on the track. So in these races, we have a driver of sorts. You'll see that nice red Trek e-bike being pedaled by our very own Scott Fowler. That Pacer bike is out on track for 2.5 laps before pulling off, and then it's up to our racers to roll it. So as our Pacer gets to the back straight, he will pull off. So now this heat, top 3 will be advancing to the major final. Places 4 and up will go to the minor. Russell Wyatt with the early move. So it looks like Russell and Isaiah. Francisco also down in the lane trying to get that 3rd position. Maxim also attempting, not quite able to get there. And so our field will exit on the back straight. Our next heat is in the warm-up circle, about to enter the track. So the same format that we just saw, our Pacer will get our riders up to speed. We'll roll off after about 2.5 laps. So one more time with the Pacer. Now our Pacer pulling off. Again, top 3 going to the major. Other placings going to the minor. That's Mark Pappenhausen getting a little bit of distance from the rest of the field here. Fisher Curran, though, spinning it up out of this group, closing that gap down. And as we're rolling, those first 2 placings pretty much wrapped up, but now a heads-up sprint for that 3rd position. Jack Donahue scooping that up with about a half a wheel. Our women's first heat, about to roll out onto track. So as we're going around in this first heat, in order behind the bike, we've got Amara Edwards with Team Mama Bears, also our fantastic program director here. Lucy Gilchrist in that neon and blue Point S Nokian kit. Hillary Luther with Valkyrie Racing. Sarah Lynch, one of our Jerry Baker Juniors. Kelly Darlene in that Rice University kit. Maya Reddy with the white helmet, also in a Jerry Baker kit, followed by Rue Tomko in that green and gray racing stripe helmet. All right, this is the last time through with the pacer. And our pacer pulling off. Similar with this group, as top 3 placings will go to the major final. Other placings will go to the minor. Our heat getting the bell. Edwards still on the front, waiting for the move. Rue Tomko having to come from all the way back. Slingshotting around the entire field. Looks like Luther and Darlene chasing for that second and third placing. Sarah Lynch not giving up though, trying to close it down. Well done. Nice finish. All right, our next open women's heat in the warm-up circle. All right, our second heat entering the track. In this heat, we've got Hazel Baker in our Jerry Baker Jr. kit, followed by Charlotte Westover on that orange bike. Meg Mountainer from Brian's House of Pain sitting third wheel. Laurel Safranek for Liquid Velo Cycling. Luna Mendoza in that red orange helmet there, also one of our Jerry Baker Juniors. Alexi Snover for Fount Cycling Guild, and then Hen Watts with Breakfast Racing. Our pacer speeding things up. Hazel right on the wheel there. A little bit of a gap opening up, but our field pacer dropping them off as they hit turn 3. And Alexi Snover quick to jump out. Wants to get ahead of this. Again, top 3 going to the major. Other placings going to the minor. So Alexi ensuring her placing. Coming out of turn 2, Charlotte and Laurel right now vying for that second and third spot. Hen just outside. As they're coming out of turn 4, Alexi sewing up that first position. Charlotte and Laurel scooping up second and third. And now entering the track, we've got our Cat 3 men. With our Cat 3 men, top 2 will be going to the major final. Places 3 and 4 will go to the minor final. And in our first heat, riding right behind our pacer is Mike Ritter, followed by Hyun Lee for Dyna Racing, Ryan Havel for ACT, Peter Snoblin for Leading Factory Racing, and then Serge Malikian of Shogun of Seattle. Our pacer coming through for the final time, getting these riders up to speed. You can see some shuffling going on at the back. Serge not wanting to be that last wheel. Starting to make his way up. Pacer pulling off. And this heat all together, these are a group of fast folks here. Seen in previous races, they've all got turns of speed. And again, they are vying for those top 2 placings to go to the major. Places 3 and 4 to the minor. Ritter, who has been in that first position this entire time, saving the punch a little bit late here. But going out of turn 4 with about a bike length, Ritter trying to hold on for that first place, and Serge ensuring that he's got that second position. And our next men's heat about to enter the track from the warm-up circle. Again, a very fast heat here. We've got James Campbell Harris of Leading Factory Racing, Conrad Meyer, followed by Sean McGraw of ACT, Tyler Arnoldi of Waterline, and David Takahashi of ACT.
Hey, Cat 1-2s, start staging. Cat 1-2s, we're calling you.
All right, our pacer having pulled off. James Campbell Harris on the front there. Conrad Meyer itching to come around, but James just ramping up the speed. James Campbell Harris still on the front. Conrad Meyer just sitting just outside the lane, trying to come around. Again, top two advancing to the major. James and Conrad punching their tickets. And rolling onto the track now, our third heat for our Cat 3 men. We have Jordan Green of leading Factory Racing, followed by William Huang in that red and black helmet of the Jerry Baker Juniors. Kevin Ulrich of Coalition Cycling with Alexi Snover from Fount Cycling Guild, and then Stan Douglas of Shogun of Seattle. After this, our Cat 1-2 men will be getting their heats underway. The last time through with our pacer. And our pacer has pulled off. Jordan Green still on the front, trying to keep an eye on the riders behind. Again, top two going to the major. And as they hit turn two, Jordan putting in a turn of speed. William hanging onto that wheel though. Looks like Kevin Ulrich trying to come around the outside. And William trying to hold onto that wheel, and does, to secure his place in a major final. Our elite men first heat. Currently in the warm-up circle. Looks like our elite men are going to proceed onto the track. A little bit of traffic in the warm-up circle there. So for our elite men, we are actually going to have semis. And so the top 3 from each of these heats will advance to the semis before we have our major and minor finals. So in this heat, we've got Carl Hofer from Pyatt Cycling Guild, Nolan Adams from Dyna Racing, Merrick Gallagher in that black and red helmet for our Jerry Baker Juniors team, Harrison Devine, Andrew Lynch for Coalition Cycling, and then Tyson Danielson for Waterline Racing at the back there. And our pacer will be pulling off this time back across the back straight. Our field getting up to speed. Things getting tight. Tyson Danielson also not wanting to be in that back position, starts to move his way up. Nolan Adams a little bit boxed in as they hit turn 2, all of a sudden shuffled to the back. Tyson out in front here. Andy Lynch, though, starting to try to make a move, coming around the outside. And again, top 3 is what these guys are aiming for to move on to the semifinals. Our next men's elite heat about to enter the track from the warm-up circle. In this heat, we've got Chris Wilson for Pyatt Cycling Guild, Keegan Fairbanks in that Stars and Stripes kit for our Jerry Baker Juniors, Alex Siegel with Waterline Racing, Quinn Kennedy with ACT Cycling Team, and Mike Darlene with Center Cycles. So now our field coming through, getting the bell. Mike Darlene moving up from all the way back in the field. Top 3 moving on to the semis. Alex Siegel with a big move coming out. Quinn Kennedy right there as well. Chris Wilson trying to hold off the junior.
Our Cap 4 minor is going to be up first. Draw for position, Tori. Cap 4 minor is up first. You have to draw for a position. Cap 4 major, you can get over here too. But minor, you need to see Tori and draw for position.
Our third heat for our elite men on track now. Summer Newlands, followed by Andrew Martin. For 10-speed hero, Jamie Park with Dyna Racing, Johannes Segay for Center Cycle, and Ben Flaum for Fell Swoop. As our pacer picking up speed here. Summer tucked in right behind. Not seeing too much shuffling as we come through for our pacers last time around. And our pacer pulling off. Summer looking for that surge over the top, but right now no one making that move just yet. Ben Flaum, though, starting to take his turn. Trying to make his pass on the outside through turn 2. Summer and Andrew staying neck and neck together. Ben Flaum right now taking that third position. Jamie Park trying to find that third place to take him to the semis, but not quite able to do it. All right, and we have our fourth and final heat for our elite men on track now. Behind the pacer, we've got Scott Grinsel with Dyna Racing, followed by Dan Tomko with Leading Factory Racing, Andy Baker with Liquid Velo, Max Haggard with Waterline Racing, Matt Haldeman with Single Malt Velo, and then JC Pyle for our Jerry Baker Juniors. For our folks in our infield, it looks like there's someone that has a flashing white light on their bike right now. There we go. Thank you. Our pacer about to pull off onto the back straight. Scott Grinsel, who has been in that first position, still there. Andy Baker out of the saddle, starting to make his way around. These three riders trying to assure their spots in the semis. As they're coming out of turn 4 here, looks like Dan Tomko, Andy Baker, and then a sprint for that third space. Max Haggard with that bike throw, it looked like. And then about to enter our track here, we've got our minor final for our Cat 4 men. And then I know that you've been hearing my voice all night, but I do see our usual voice of Friday night racing has arrived.
Good evening. Glad to be back. Thanks, Emily, for filling in. Hey, everybody, let's put our hands together for Emily Alexander up here, crushing it on the mic for us on a Friday night. Yeah, we'll finish out together. This will be fun. We got Kieran finals coming up, huh?
Yes, our minors and then our majors.
Wonderful. So this is for positions 7 through 12 in this field. And it looks like tonight we haven't seen a lot of shuffling pre the pacer getting pulled out of the way. So riders kind of sitting in their order. And they continue to be right here through this whole next lap. We've got another lap with the pacer until they pull out. This is of course the kickoff for our regular season. Thank you for being a part of it. I missed most of it. I feel bad about it, but I'm glad I'm here now to help close this out. This is the beginning of our 50th anniversary season. We got the food trucks, the beverage garden, and a pretty good showing from some fans, it looks like, all day hanging out. Lots of folks on the online stream. And we're here in person making some noise for the Kieran going by because we're excited to see some finals here. Looking forward to it.
So now our pacer pulling off. And Tony Miller here on the front, leading things out.
Got a train of juniors on that back wheel.
Bell ringing.
Corner one's excited about the move.
Yes.
Big overtake in turn 1 down the back straight.
Looks like Maxim taking his opportunity, trying to come around the outside here into turn 3.
Oh, we might have a contest here at the front. The sprinters lane has the advantage, but the kid's trying to get up there. Oh, the move from Raymond in the purple.
Raymond.
Oh. Opportune speed there for the rider wearing number 8, that purple jersey. Raymond Chang. So this must be the major final, our top 6 positions here now. You saw these riders advance their way up here. What do you got to, what are we looking for here in this group of 6?
I think we're looking for a battle between our riders that are in our top 3 positions there, and then I think we might see some shuffling before the pacer fully breaks off, because we've got some speedy folks in the back that they otherwise got a long way to go.
Still got a while to get up to speed here, so everybody's kind of settling into the acceleration. Top 6 positions for the Cat 4s tonight in this Kieran. Once we finish this 4 laps. So maybe feeling that middle group. I'm looking at rider in position 4. Saw how active they were a week back. Wondering, maybe that's where the move starts to kind of come a bit early, midfield. We'll see if they want to shorten it all. Obviously, the gear restrictions do change the top speed and the kind of the way this race feels compared to some of our other fields, but I don't know. That could be an interesting one to watch there, positions 3 and 4.
Absolutely. That's Fisher Curran in position 4, Francisco Zapata in position 3. All night tonight, we've actually been seeing a battle between Russell Wyatt in position 2 and Isaiah West in position 1 there. Just going back and forth.
And they're in a tough position of leading this out. So the competitors behind them, of course, get the advantage of that slipstream. That might change things up for them in this short race. And there's that bell. Top 6 is the line.
Right now, Isaiah keeping the speed up, watching those legs just spin faster and faster.
Yeah, he's working to keep that cadence up. My goodness.
Russell Wyatt trying to take a run at the wheel, not quite able to do it before turn 3. So Isaiah needing to keep on the
spin
pace.
cycling is on here. Look at this. Whoa.
No.
Wow. From the lead out position all the way around.
Yes.
All right. Well, you called it. We saw the strength here tonight on display. Isaiah takes another one here tonight in this Kieran.
Now we have our open women minor final.
A quick shout out to our live stream fans that are here tonight. We've been doing really good here in 2025. We have almost 4,000 subscribers on our channel. Even if you're here in the park, you can help support us. I see Carl Cunningham is tuning in. Love the teamwork on the announcing on the microphone, he says. Look at that. All right. Yeah, he appreciates game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right. If you want to be a part of the conversation or support us from anywhere, don't forget, we're on YouTube every single week. Just search JB Velodrome. We're also, the link should be on velodrome.org/live. And that's another great way to support us in between our race events. Thank you for those that are out there in the live stream right now, chatting it away. Leave that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, all that YouTube nonsense. Thank you.
Our minor final rolling through on the home straight here. Again, a gaggle of juniors in here, or former juniors as well. And we can start to see a little bit of that shuffle starting to happen. Lucy Gilchrist in that neon yellow jersey there.
Yeah, a lot of shortening of the field here on the back straight. As you mentioned, Gilchrist starts to push things forward. And look how compact we are now coming on the home straight. All behind one of our juniors hitting the home straight.
Sarah Lynch on the front, checking behind her, seeing if there's anyone deciding to try and make their way around soon.
Look at that posture, looking over the right shoulder. They got visor on, looking so serious at the front. And
Out
now
of
up
the
and out of the
saddle.
saddle. Trying to take it from the front.
Having a few bike lengths between herself and Hen.
This move looked like it's going to pay off very nicely from Sarah, just controlling the front of the field.
Continuing to push through it. Sarah taking that minor final with style.
Nicely done for our minor final. Sounds like the major
Yes.
final's ready to go here next.
Major final rolling on track now.
I need the action camera to zoom in here on oh no, he's already given up the chase. He was trying to give me the pouty face that he can't cross the track because we have rules for safety for everyone here while racing is underway. That's all right. Back to the action. So who are we watching here? I see a certain number 4 in this field.
Yes, we've got Alexi Snover, who is our current fast finisher tonight in the Green Up Fount Cycling. Right behind our pacer, we've got Charlotte Westover, who has been given as good as she can right this evening, with a lot of fast finishes, a lot of really good contested sprints throughout the points races. Hillary Luther in 3rd position there from Valkyr Cycling. Laurel Safranek there in the Liquid Velo kit. Kelly Darlene in her Rice University gear. And then Rue Tomko filling out the field at the back there in the Jerry Baker Jr. kit
We watch the kid at the back a little bit here. I got to imagine there's going to be some movement in the middle of this field. And number 3, I believe they're wearing at the back, Rue, is going to try to get up here and make this quick against Snover. And here comes number 4 up and out of the saddle. This powerful athlete's trying to make it look good here for the finish. And the Kieran off and away.
Into that final lap, just like you said, Rue trying to close it down to Alexi.
Whoa, look at this.
Getting tight in
Oh,
turn 2.
the kid. Woo.
And Rue
sending one.
able to roll through and over. Rue with a few bike lengths will take the major.
Yeah, these two athletes both deserve celebration tonight. That's a fun finish for the junior, though. And we saw that the kind of racing that they did just a year ago, and it's great to see the growth and the speed keep going and going. And what a great finish tonight on our opening night for Rue.
Our Cat 3 minor final is going around once more because they need to wait for Alexi. Yes, so Alexi has been racing both the Open Women and the Cat 3 men throughout this evening.
All right, looks like we're ready to get onto the track now. Cat 3s, we said now, yes. We're into the minor final for this group. Wonderful. Don't forget, everybody, we are in kickoff weekend. We do have racing tomorrow, 6 p.m. So if you're looking for some more fun, Sorry. That's what happens when I have too many gigs on one night. Tomorrow afternoon, we're running an International Omnium. There's a really cool set of races. If you've not checked that out before, it's kind of like an ongoing series of races that culminates in a big points race at the end. So if you want to tune in and check that out, we'll be live streaming it. And we'll be here, of course, in the park enjoying some more great racing to start off this 2025 season in style. Kickoff racing more tomorrow. Hope we can see some of you back for the fun.
And again, with this field, I definitely expect to see a little bit of shuffling. I know Alexi might be a little tired from that last effort, but I think she might try to make her move early. Also, we've got Hyun Lee in position 4 in the pink and black of Dinah. Always a fast finisher.
And to confirm, 10 a.m. time trials, 2 p.m. mass start. We have, I think, 3 heats, and then we will do a mass cross of the track. So yes, we have a group waiting. We'll do podiums then as well.
And our pacer has pulled off into the warm-up circle. Tyler Arnoldi, quick to the front.
Kind of staying high above that sprint lane. Doesn't have a lane down just yet. Just above the red line. Ooh, move down the back straight, though. This is going to be interesting.
Ryan Havel taking over. Hyun Lee trying to hang onto that wheel. But Ryan punching out of the group there.
Able to even take it off the gas there at the end. Confident finish for Havel.
Yes.
And this will be the race for 1st through 6th now for our Cat 3s taking the track quickly. I think that announcement a moment ago was that there's going to be a break shortly to get a crossing here while we do a few podiums. That's coming up shortly.
Yes, we've got the major final for our Cat 3s. We will have our semis for our elite men, and then we'll have a short break to let folks cross the track, do some podiums, also allow our elite men to rest a little bit. And then we will have our major and minor final, or minor and major final for our elite men.
That sounds well thought out. So this is fighting for top 6 positions. What do we got going on here? I see quite a few members of one particular team. Oh, look at, we're already getting a little bit of movement here.
Yes. Yeah, we have we have a handful, we have 3 leading factory racing riders, all fast finishers, 2 of whom won from the front of their fields, or their heats tonight. And then we have Serge and Conrad, who are typically longer efforts is where we see them moving a bit earlier.
Not sure if folks caught that. Serge Malikian is watching over the shoulder, seeing the pressure. He's leaving this gap. It means he's spending more effort at the front than he may want to. And now he's closing that gap down a little bit again. So that's going to be a factor here in about another half lap.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that someone would come around and take that first position back from him.
Yeah, no dice there. He's stuck in the lead.
So as they come around, 2 wide as they hit the home straight here. Serge still able to be holding on to that front position, forcing everyone else to go around him the hard way.
Oh, this is lined up in turn 3 to be a good one. Look at the red line trying to pass, but not enough. Malikian has too much power at the front.
Ritter trying to come around the outside at the last moment. Ritter
Smooth finish.
taking it with half a bike length there.
That could have gotten difficult for Ritter if that window didn't stay, but right at the right time coming out onto the flat here on the front, had the window, able to jump out and snap the victory. Made it look kind of easy.
All right, so now on track is our first semifinal for our elite men.
An important semifinal round here for these riders if they want to continue on their conquest for top places. Looks like that's Andrew Martin that drew position number 1 sitting at the front. I see Baker right behind him, Ben Flaum out here. So this is going to be a fun one, but again, this is just one more step along the long journey to be at the top of the Keirins in this field. Well populated tonight on a Friday, so lots of stages here the riders have to work through just to earn that big finish.
Yes, and out of these semis, we are looking at the top 3 riders moving on to the major. All other places will move on to the minor.
That's a great front 3 I think the back is going to have to work pretty hard to come up and around on this. I don't know how Martin's going to ride from the front. That's not surprising, though. He's got daylight, and he's going to keep the tempo up.
Out of the saddle to keep the pace high. He knows who's behind him. He doesn't want to give them an opportunity to come around.
So stretched out here. I believe that's 104. Is that Danielson that came out of the lane trying to take over in the back half of the group? But he's got a long ways to go, and the front is still so quick.
Yep, Andy and Andrew neck and neck as they're coming out of turn 4 here. Again, they're fighting for those top 3 placings, but they are coming through wide. Woo!
Oh, was that speed enough from the back there? Is that Siegel trying to find his way in?
Yes, that was Siegel trying to find his way in, not quite able to make it.
Man, good acceleration, just not quite enough. As I said, that front 3, very strong. They were able to just hold off the charge. I'm not surprised by that outcome, but still a tough one to win there. It looks like Flom really had to dig in to hold on to that one. Baker almost losing it from the late move from Siegel. Looks like we another round here. Top 3 go on to that major.
Yes, our second semifinal. After this is when we'll have our bit of a break.
Looks like that's Quinn Kennedy that drew position number 1. They have been a really dynamic rider all through last season, and if that's Quinn at the front, that's a pretty good position for them to be in. Right behind, that's Merrick Gallagher, sort of our superstar junior at the moment. He's wearing 101 because he ended last season at the top of the regular season, and I'm sure I missed him picking up some more wins tonight while I was away. So we'll see if those two can hold on to the front and make it on to the major final. This might be kind of similar to the last group we just saw. It's going to be a tall order for the back 3 to work their way up, I think. Well, let's see how this one plays out with Gallagher kind of being the long distance. He's got great power, but long distance is certainly being more his thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he drives this pretty fast. He's got a teammate right behind him in a great position. Keegan Fairbanks also there. That's in position 3.
Here we go. We start to see a little bit of movement as our pacer pulls off. Max Haggard coming to the front.
That's a well-timed move. This is making it really tight for the 2 juniors who are now kind of out of the action for a bit. Summer Newland, I think, is the rider on the outside.
Side by side. And Summer Newland flying out of the group here.
Yeah, this Portland Speedster has got a great sprint, and we're seeing another good one here. Here comes Gallagher kind of clawing his way back in. Quinn Kennedy was in a good position. Can they get this, or will Fairbanks find it? I think it's going to be the kid on the outside. Woo! Oh!
Very close, but yes, I think it was Fairbanks picking it up on the outside just there. All right. And so our riders will exit on the back straight. We will have our exodus here.
Well, for some reason you're here hanging out and don't know a lot about our velodrome, I would encourage you to do a few things before you leave the park tonight. Don't forget we've got a really good online presence. Our website, velodrome.org, is the place where you can get our calendar, all the courses that we offer, all the educational things that we do here, all in one convenient place. That's how our riders get registered for racing. That's how new folks get connected with our classes. Velodrome.org. And if you're more into the social media updates, at JB Velodrome is a great tag to be using. We're on Instagram, and of course, if you're watching right now online, we're on YouTube, where we post our weekly videos. If you're here in the park and have not given us a follow on those platforms, we'd appreciate your support. Again, at JB Velodrome. Streaming live right now. If you want to throw us that support, we'd appreciate it. Calling our riders for podiums right now. We're trying to take some podiums on the infield. Ryan Havel to the podium. Ryan Havel. And of course, if you're looking forward to the racing, we have some more great racing to go. We do have to get that final round for the Elite 1-2 men. So stay in your seats for just a little bit longer, and we're going to get to see the conclusion to these fun Keirins tonight. What a nice program here for our opening evening in 2025. Tomorrow we've got that 10 o'clock start for some time trials, and that's not going to be necessarily the big event for people that want to come and watch, but if you want to check what we're doing later, starting around 2 o'clock, you can pick up the racing action for the International Omnium that we're doing. All of our mass start racing tomorrow starting at 2. I need to update the YouTube event. I'm pretty sure I put 6 on there because I didn't know what I was talking about. Looks like podiums are coming down, so we should be able to call up the next event here in just a little bit. That minor final should be getting set to go here momentarily for the Elite men.
Cat 3s and women, if you have money, come find Eric. He's at the podium. 1-2s, your money will be coming later. JJ, what's our time? Are we almost ready? Did anyone put a time? Still 3 minutes. Oh, I went so fast. Remember, minor will be first, and then the major. Beer garden's open till 11. The food trucks are still open. We're doing great.
All right. I think we are getting ready to get things rolling again. All right, our minor final starting to roll in the warm-up circle. So track is closed. If you are on the inside, you will stay there. If you're on the outside, you'll also stay there.
Right, that makes sense. Stick to a side. This is the minor final now for the elite men, so I think this will be 7th through 11th place determined. It looks like that's a 5-rider field. So 12th is predetermined here. This should be our final 2 events coming up of the evening, if I'm not mistaken. We got the minor immediately followed by the major final, and we'll figure out who the top riders in our Kieran are tonight. Looking like we've got Andy Lynch there at the front, the rider in that teal and white at position 1. Right behind him, Siegel in the blue with the black. Tyson Danielson is bib 104 right in the middle. Quinn Kennedy is 132 in position 4. Is that Tomko in position 5? I believe it is.
Indeed. And again, I think this is another one to watch the back of this field.
Yeah, Kennedy might want to try to spin this up a little bit earlier just to kind of get on top of the gears. And that might bring Tomko in a good position, too, to try to shorten things up a little bit. That's a tough spot for Lynch to be in, right in front of Siegel, too.
Siegel and Danielson. I mean...
yeah, that's a strong middle there.
That is a strong middle field. Andy can definitely hold his own. He's got a fast spin.
Oh, look at this movement.
But a quick move after the bike pulls off.
I've seen Tomko win some races 500 meters long just like this. This is not bad for the savvy rider, number 114.
Danielson, though, getting spun up.
Yeah, he's countering nicely here down the back straight. And here comes his partner in crime right behind him, Siegel, now also trying to take over the front.
3 wide as they came out of turn 3 there. Quinn Kennedy also right on the wheel of Siegel to take second there. All right, our final major of the evening.
Top spots available in this Kieran. This is going to be great. We got a couple fast juniors out there. Our second overall from last season, Andrew Martin, 10-speed hero, always a great competitor out here in this field. He's back in position 5. We didn't get to see a lot of Andy Baker, the rider in second wheel spot. He wasn't out here a lot for preseason, but what a great racer he is, and good to see him back here on kickoff. I'm sure he's been making it a dynamic and different field tonight than we saw preseason. And then, of course, we've got Ben Flaum right in the middle, the rider in orange. And up at the front, Summer Newlands. I believe that's our rider from Portland that's been joining us here in the preseason.
Joining us and adding some fresh new speed to the field.
Yeah, an immediate contributor, especially when it comes to the sprint. I really appreciate top speed when you can see it like that. And I think she's got a lot of kick, a lot of acceleration, and a lot of savvy out there. It seems a really smart, well-timed acceleration from our new rider from Portland, at least new to us up here in Redmond.
Absolutely, and so I think this final is going to be a really interesting one to watch because we've got Summer with a bunch of speed at the front, Andy who tucks in really well and also can get a turn of speed if he's able to take a run at the wheel. And then you've got a really fast back of the field as well with Martin and Gallagher.
Yeah, your top 2 in the Omnium last year are the back of this group. So you know that's got to be a factor in the mind of the riders at the front of this field. They are waiting to see Blue come up over the top and maybe change the dynamics here.
Absolutely, and you can just watch Summer as she's checking over her shoulder constantly out of the saddle there just to try to stay on the front.
Oh, this is good speed here.
Again, out of the saddle for Summer. Andy Baker taking his opportunity.
Look at these riders 4 wide almost here in the turn. Oh, keep your eyes on the track, folks. Look at this.
Andy Baker still out in front, but Merrick Gallagher coming around to take it.
That was a hard-fought Kieran there for Gallagher to position, get around. Man, what speed on the back straight, and it was busy. That was congested in turn 3 just to navigate that. Tricky racing, but well ridden from our junior local champion here. Well, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I think that's it.
That does wrap us up for the evening.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah, 101, just making it look good here again tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thanks again to Emily for filling in for my absence. I really appreciate your work on the microphone tonight. That was fun having a little back and forth. Anytime you want to come up, if you're bored, just come join me, You're president of the board. You can do whatever you want.
It's true.
It's true. Food trucks are still here. Beverage gardens open. Autographs cost at least $20 a piece if you want them from the riders. No, I'm just kidding. But donations accepted, of course. Thank you again for joining us here at the park. If you're still here, wow. Thank you for being a super fan and enjoying the full program with us. If you're out there online, can we give a round of applause, athletes and everybody, for Scott Fowler, our incredible pacer for this Kieran event. Thank you, Scott. Shout out to our volunteers. I know I got a new helper behind the scenes on the live stream. Kat, thank you for being here and giving us your time. Appreciate it. Working the action camera this evening. Thanks to our volunteers, our fantastic officials, and of course, all of our staff that make this happen. With that, I think we're ready for our sign-off. All right. Well, thank you again, and we look forward to hosting you again here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.